It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. And tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Checking out Oklahoma City at 5th place in the Western Conference. Maybe they haven't taken the leap forward they had hoped to this season, but they haven't taken a big step backward either. And Oklahoma City last season, they signed Westbrook to an extension, bring in George and Melo. Shaq, they really went for it.
Yeah, the trades helped convince Westbrook to sign that beautiful deal of 200+ million. Franchise show Westbrook, we are committed to winning, buddy.
Yes. They took a risk. And George only had 1 year left on his contract. And the deal, to make it out of the West, sometimes you have to take those risks.
And that'll wrap it up as we take you courtside. Thank you so much for joining us. I can't possibly tell you how much it means to us.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the American Airlines Center. We're in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks. All live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. It's a single-game return to Dallas as the Mavericks look for a boost from their hometown crowd. They know this is the type of game they need to win if they're going to take the next step, facing a closely ranked team. No clear underdogs based on the tail of the tape.
You know, this is a bit of a quirk in the schedule. They're going to play this team on their court first, and then in the next game, they'll be on the opponent's home court. So it's almost like a mini series, and it creates some interesting scenarios in terms of how you approach it. But it is just 2 games on the schedule, so ultimately, that's how you have to deal with it.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Kristaps Porzingis has drawn comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, and it sounds like Dirk is a fan. He says of Porzingis, he's long, athletic, tough. He has touch. He can put it on the floor. He is for real. Kevin?
And Porzingis, a good 3 inches taller than Dirk. He's a very unique talent for sure. And at this point of the season, Clark, we can see which teams have the better depth, the better bench. If you would talk about the importance of having a strong bench over the long haul.
For contending teams, I think it's a difference maker because it allows you to work through the length of the season in a more measured way, which gives your key players rest. You spread out the minutes over more players, so that tends to lend itself to freshness as you get ready for the playoffs. I don't know if you can overstate the value of a quality bench when you're a team that's expected to make a deep run in the playoffs.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. On the wings, Abrinas and George. And it's Westbrook in at the point.
Hard not to commend the confidence of Barea. For a point guard, he's an excellent scorer, particularly inside.
Good on the triple.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
And here's Porzingis following Russell Westbrook's 3. Some solid defense from Grant. George up top, covered by Barnes, and the pass to Westbrook. Grant with the ball. The tray, and he's good on the 3 ball.
Oh, and over time, Grant has expanded his range. If he's left open from beyond the arc, he can definitely knock that shot down now.
Now, here's Doncic. 20 points for him last game against New Orleans.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line, really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
Here's Doncic. 4-point game. Just 5 on the clock. Outside for Barea. The 3-pointer is right on target. Barea's got 5.
And, you know, Barea is a fairly consistent 3-point threat. You can't sleep on him out there.
Westbrook against Barea. Oh, he misses the dunk.
When you do moves like that and you miss, you know you're going to hear it from your coaches and your teammates.
Took him no time at all on that one.
And the level of concentration that Doncic has, even under pressure, this guy is cool as a cucumber.
Now here's Westbrook. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Suns in Phoenix.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Westbrook with the block. George against Barnes. Abrinas the pass to Westbrook. Kicks to George. Adams down low. He's covered by Cantor. Porzingis with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Barea's got it. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for Oklahoma City. They trail by 1. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
Well, you know what, Greg? When the defense is that lax, come on now. They honestly deserve to lose. You can't let a team get into that kind of a groove.
Now, here's George. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Phoenix. Good D by Barnes. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Barea finds Porzingis over Grant. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Barea. Porzingis has got his second bucket of the night.
And, you know, Barea is a capable floor general. Very good at setting the table for his teammates.
Westbrook passes to George. Cantor against Adams. Shoots over Cantor. Gets himself open and drills it.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Stolen by Westbrook. Jumps up and finished off by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Doncic, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
Here's Abrinas. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
And sometimes, you know, you don't capitalize off a good shot or a good look. Still, you got to keep letting those good looks fly.
Barea. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Shooting one.
And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
One shot.
Free throw, no good for Barea.
You know, when I think of J.J. Barea, one of the words that comes to mind is fearless. I mean, he never hesitates to go right at big guys in the paint. Not afraid to force a tough pass through traffic. He's a very aggressive offensive player, and when you're as small as he is, sometimes that's the way you thrive.
First free throw is good. With Barea, he is usually the shortest player, Clark, on the court, so he has no choice but to be fearless.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, smaller guys typically play with an edge because it's been instilled in them from early on in their careers, because everybody tends to doubt guys that don't have great size. Barea knows how to play in space and understands the value of ball movement. And when other guys try to bully him, that little hombre is pretty strong, and he pushes right back.
Now here's Porzingis. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against New Orleans.
Yeah, and his big night wasn't limited to his offense. His steals numbers were way up there, and it was a special night for him in just about every way.
Oklahoma City trailer. Outside Westbrook. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Now, here's Doncic. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Here's Abrinas. Pass to George. Puts up a three. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Porzingis inside. Grant on him. It's stolen by Adams. Westbrook surveying the D. And finished off by Westbrook.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, these teams evenly matched, Greg, trading hits and refusing to give up any advantage.
Now, here's Cantor. Really struggled in the loss against New Orleans.
And sometimes it seems the age of interior scoring big men has come and gone. Enes Kanter, one of the rare big men who can dominate a game offensively in the paint, great hands, and the strength to create space.
First trip to the line for him here.
An 89% free throw shooter puts him right there among the league's best from the line.
And, fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago.
Take a break.
It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
And he makes the first. And you talk about Cantor's inside game, but he's got a solid jump shot.
It looks very comfortable all the way out to 20 feet. I think before long we may see him add a three-point shot to his repertoire.
Mavericks making a switch here. Lee's checked in. And then for Oklahoma City, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Grant. Felton comes in for Alex Abrinas. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Felton kicks to Adams. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
Tell you what, Greg, it's getting to the point where you assume every shot is going to go down. I mean, nobody's missing out there.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Cantor.
One shot.
And that one misses. The Thunder went into free agency with a lot of question marks, but ended having a big summer.
Able to retain Paul George, and that was the first and largest key. Getting a player like Noel for cheap was also a big help for this group. The Thunder were at a fork in the road last season, but this team now as dangerous as ever.
The Mavericks trailing. Now, here's Doncic. He's off on that one. Excellent D there from George.
Not a lot going his way. Everything he's shooting is just off the mark. I mean, somehow he's got to figure out a way to turn it around.
Now, here's Patterson. In the corner, it's Felton. Shot clock at 6. Here's the teardrop. He lays it in. And the Thunder lead by 3.
Resplendent release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. The 3. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist by Porzingis.
Kevin, you always have to be alert to where Nowitzki is. I mean, he loves catching the defense off guard with the catch and shoot.
And Adams kicks to George. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. In the corner, it's Felton. Back to Patterson. The dish now to Schroeder. Fires for three. Patterson can't get it to go. The Mavericks have gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Porzingis can't hit.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Adams outside. Passes it to Patterson. Over Porzingis. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Poked loose. It's stolen by Adams. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Shoots over Doncic. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
A nice shot by Barea.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here's Felton following the score by Dallas. Here's Patterson. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Lee against Felton. Lee kicks to Porzingis. Another three for Dallas.
I don't think we'll ever see another 7'3" player who can drain the three like Porzingis. He takes the idea of that inside-outside threat to a whole nother level.
Pass to George. Back to Schroeder. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, Dennis Schroeder showed he can handle high usage in an offense. Was the first option for the Hawks this past season. Even with defenses keyed in on him, he was able to average right around 20 points.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Schroeder, he said he learned how to deal with all that extra defensive attention.
And being able to stay productive when dealing with the best opposing defender goes a long way in the NBA. Schroeder also managed to cut down on his turnovers while taking on more of a playmaker role. Strong year for him offensively, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to grow as a player.
So he picks up just one from the line that time. Mavericks leading by 4. Doncic with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. A minute 42 left in the first quarter. The feed to Doncic. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Nowitzki looking around. And here's Barea outside. Paul George grabs the miss.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
The Thunder have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
And the first one drops. And Paul George, the league leader in steals and deflections in 2018.
And Frank Vogel, who coached him at Indiana, said he always thought PG had Allen Iverson's instincts in Scottie Pippen's body. He's talented enough to disrupt without gambling.
And the dunk by Powell.
And, you know, this is what Powell does best. Establishes himself deep inside and jams it home.
Schroeder kicks to Felton. The pass to Felicio. Shoots over Barea. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Has to be disappointing seeing him miss that one, Kevin. I mean, the defense wasn't bad, but still, I think he needs to convert from there.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And how about the balance of Doncic on that possession? Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
Measury, he's checked in for Dallas. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Abrinas is checked in.
One shot.
That free throw good from Doncic. And the Dallas Mavericks, despite having the third worst record in the league, they had the league's highest attendance rate.
Really rabid fan base there, and they also donated quite a few tickets as well to schools, charities, you name it. So that helps when you talk about filling the arena. And quite honestly, it's a good move because kids are the fans of the future.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Barea finds Mesri. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. .27 seconds left to play in the first.
And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. But they need him to find his rhythm soon.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Schroeder looking over the floor. Here's Patterson. They get a hand on it.
And Powell is a really reliable defender. I mean, he's excellent using his length and his quickness to throw shooters off.
And that does it for the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 7. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Mavericks, Measury is out there with Dwight Powell. Then it's Lee, and there's J.J. Barea, and it's Doncic in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Barea. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Barea's got 11 points. Schroeder outside. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. In the corner, it's Patterson. Good. And a nice assist from Felton.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Now here's Barea. 11 points in the game. Pass to Powell. He kicks it to Doncic. Fades and shoots. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Thunder trailing by 6. Felton feeling it out a bit. He feeds it to Patterson. Back to Felton. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Powell the pass to Doncic. It's good from long range. Doncic has got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
Here's Schroeder. Back to Patterson. And the Thunder another 3.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Barea kicks to Doncic. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Lee in the posts. He's covered by Felton. Fades back. The shot that time not on target. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. From the arc. Pass to Abrinas. Now here's Schroeder. And that one hits back iron. Mavericks leading by 6. To the inside. Powell fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. We try to stop, hold down, combat great offensive play. Clark, in your eyes, what are the keys to great team defense to do that?
Yeah, there are a couple of things, Kevin. One is communication, attention to the detail of what you're trying to minimize or take away. Good offensive teams, you're not going to be able to take away everything, so you try to prioritize what you're going to take away.
One shot.
And then just a collective commitment to communication and to helping each other, because you can't do it at a high level by yourself when you're facing a really good offensive team. Everybody has to be on board and locked into what you're trying to get done defensively.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 9. Over Lee. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Westbrook.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Barea kicks to Measuring. Pass to Barnes. Beyond the arc. Good on the 3-point shot. Barnes has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Always. And having a good coach is critically important. I mean, you need somebody you can count on to make the right adjustment.
Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard. Certainly been a good month for these teams on the offensive glass. Second, the Mavericks.
They have gone all out to win the rebounding battle every night, and it's been paying off. I mean, the second chance points thus far have been really impressive.
Schroeder against Lee. Schroeder finds Westbrook. Double team on Westbrook. Back to Schroeder. And the shot goes in. Schroeder's got 5 points so far.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Now here's Barea. 11 points in the game. Now the pass to Powell. Now here's Barnes. D right on him. Moves back up. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
One shot.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 11-point game. Fires from 18. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
Now here's Barea. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Grant against Barnes. Outside for Barea. Just 5 to shoot. Such a wide open look. 14 points for him.
And Barea is a fiery little guard who loves pulling up from anywhere on the court.
Here's Schroeder. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Feeds to Lee. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
So for Dallas, their last game, a loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans. Here's Schroeder. No good on the 3.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Over in the corner, Lee. That 3 off the mark.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's 15 points for Russell Westbrook.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Barnes can't get it to go. Thunder trailing by 12. Schroeder with the ball. He has 5, and it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Porzingis, he's checked in for Salah measure. Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Paul George comes in for Alex Abrinas. On the wing, George, covered by Barnes. Just 5 to shoot, and it's good. 2 points.
Yeah, nice vision that time displayed by George off the screen and roll.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Clark, you were drafted 8th overall by the Indiana Pacers. Do you have any indication that you were going to be their pick in particular, that you were going to go in that slot? Was there any kind of inkling at all?
No, I only visited with teams drafting 4 through 7. Talked to the Chicago Bulls, the Dallas Mavericks, and I read some of the reports about where I was projected. But you know what? Once you get past the first or second, sometimes the top 3 picks in a draft, you really don't know who's going where after that. So I was fortunate. I landed in a good spot.
Right.
And Indianapolis was a good place for me and Rosie to be as I started my NBA career.
It sure was. Here's Barnes. Paul George making his last shot. And here's Porzingis. He's got 9. Shot clock at 5. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Porzingis has got 11 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Look at Oklahoma City. They're in the middle at 5th in the conference, looking to build in the wins as the season goes on. And, of course, there's Dallas. Right now, they're 5 spots below them.
And, you know, for the Mavericks, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Well, it figures to be a hectic finish to the season as they attempt to lock down a postseason berth. They've got very little margin for error the rest of the way.
Goes up off the inbound.
I like watching Grant work hard on the defensive end. He puts great effort into that end of the floor. He's good at pestering whoever he happens to be on, and his long reach helps him do that.
Now Lee. Paul George missing from long range. Barnes outside. Now Barea. 14 points for him. Nowitzki outside. But they recover it. Here's Porzingis, and Grant sends it back. Here's Schroeder. Good work defensively by Nowitzki. Mavericks leading by 12. Here is Barea. Over Westbrook. Porzingis trying to get free. Off target from the baseline. Westbrook with it. Guarded now by Barnes. And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes.
And let's review some numbers for Paul George. 3rd in steals, 11th in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And it's his lightning-quick hands that have put him in the top 3 in steals. Also, his tremendous anticipation. He's constantly all over the basketball. Adams, and it's Grant in the corner. Wide open shot is on the money. Grant's got 5 points so far.
Well, I tell you, I like the fact that Grant is selective in the shots that he takes. He's looking for quality. If he senses the defense is playing off him, as the pass is coming to him, he's prepared. He's getting shot ready as the pass is in the air.
Now here's Porzingis. He's got 11. 6 on the shot clock. There's Lee with the 3. Trains the three-pointer. Lee's got 5 points in the quarter.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the 3 at almost 60% for the game.
Shooter kicks to George. Outside Westbrook. Shoots over Barea. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Russell Westbrook.
That's 10 straight off of the mid-range.
I like the grade, Greg. They're picking their spots and finding holes in the middle of that defense to get those shots off. That's excellent discipline on display right there.
Now here's Nowitzki. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Over Adams. Nowitzki, no good. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive playing with KD. They said Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC.
The Thunder have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. That's good from Westbrook.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Doncic is checked in. And then for Oklahoma City, Patterson, he's checked in for Grant. And it's Felton in for Dennis Schroeder. Both free throws good from Westbrook. Now here's Lee. He's got 5. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Steven Adams picks one up.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
One shot, gentlemen.
And for Westbrook, winning the MVP and averaging a triple-double for an entire season. Greg, how much does he have left to prove?
Well, it's all about winning. We know Russ can take over a game. We know he can make his teammates better. How much better and how far they get in the playoffs, that's the real question.
Now, here's Felton. 12 points his last outing. Shot clock at 3. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
I mean, his field goal percentage isn't good. He's not helping his team out there shooting this poorly.
Lee passes to Porzingis. Top the key, Barnes. Over George. That's good from Barnes on the assist by Porzingis. Barnes has got the lead up to 14 now for the Mavs. The Thunder shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. Outside, Felton. And George gets it to go. George has got 4 this quarter.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Doncic kicks to Barnes. Adams trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Barnes has got 7 points.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Now here's Patterson. He has 6. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. Cantor checked in for Dallas. Here's Doncic. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Inside, it's stolen by Adams. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Again, the Thunder score.
Well, I tell you, George is an amazing athlete. He's got great speed, and when he's in the open court running the break, that's a scary look for the defense.
Lee with the ball. And again, Dallas turns it over. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And the big problem, they got trigger happy. Shot a very low percentage from beyond the arc.
And you know, Greg, to me that's baffling. I'm not sure why they didn't do some dine-in eating. Go inside and eat instead of all that work in the drive-through behind the arc.
And so it's Dallas, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And if they keep draining the threes like they've been so far, their lead is safe. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Harrison, shots definitely falling in the first half. How did you guys get it going?
Just us playing off each other, trying to get to the basket, trying to work it around. When it's balanced scoring like we have tonight, everyone tries to feed off each other.
Strength in numbers, right? Thanks, Harrison. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
How about this? A major upset brewing. Welcome to the halftime show. Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They are leading by 12. And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
Some great work from them with the 3-ball. They came in with the idea that they can attack this D from long range. They were rotating the ball on the perimeter and letting it fly. And they got a good look. It's a strategy that paid off with a barrage of threes. That's my barrage sound, Ernie.
And over to Kenny. Your thoughts on the Thunder?
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the board. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Thunder trailing by 12.
And, we've seen what Rick Carlisle can do on the court. He's a former coach of the year in the league and led the Mavs to it.
Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. Watch out.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
Barnes finds Barea. Dallas moving the ball around. Porzingis can't hit. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Outside, George. Westbrook against Barea. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. And we can look quickly at a group of rookies having a very good run, the top scoring first-year players in the NBA for the past 10 games. Third is Luka Doncic.
He gave them a luxury in those games that a lot of teams just don't have. I mean, being able to plug a rookie in and know he's going to carry his weight offensively.
Hey, anybody can open a bank account, but few can fill it up with the kinds of numbers he has over the last 10 games.
Here's Porzingis. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Down low. And George with the stuff.
I tell you what, mind-blowing experience when you look at Paul George as a dunker. This guy makes alley-oops look easy.
Barea kicks to Porzingis. Lock at 6. That doesn't go either for Porzingis.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Dallas leading by 8. And here's Barea. 14 points for him. Good on the bucket.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Abrinas. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Here's the 3. Barnes grabs the miss.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Outside, Porzingis. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Porzingis has got 14.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. The killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Kristaps Porzingis, standing 7'3". He's played power forward early in his NBA career, but with that height, his future, it could be at the center position.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Barea kicks to Porzingis. Another 3 for Dallas. And with Porzingis having the ACL tear, Greg, maybe losing some of his lateral quickness, perhaps accelerating his move to the 5.
I mean, part of his rehab was hitting the weights and just adding strength. I think, if anything, his offensive skill set, though, even more impactful at the 5.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for Doncic? He's averaging about 19 points per, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And really just excellent numbers. I like what we've been seeing from him across the board.
I do too. I mean, he's playing with much more focus now and a much higher level of intensity.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams.
And let's take a look now at Russell Westbrook's numbers. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. 9th in steals, 17th in assists, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. Grant against Porzingis. And that one's good. Barnes.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Abrinas. Pass to Grant. In the corner, it's Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Barea. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Porzingis. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Porzingis has got 8 points in the quarter.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
Yeah, it looks too easy for him. Almost looks too easy for him, I should say, Greg. I mean, their chemistry really, really at a high level.
And it's George missing. Dallas with the ball. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Barnes can't get it to go.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Right wing. Outside, George. From downtown. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Right there, I think you got to try and run George off his spot. I mean, he's a lights-out long-distance shooter and has great confidence.
Stolen by Westbrook. And the dunk by Westbrook.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Throws it up high. It's tipped. It's stolen by Adams. George against Barnes. Takes a 3. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from George.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Here's Westbrook. The putback, Adams. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. And here's Porzingis for a 3. Offensive rebound. And it's sent back by George.
Terrific focus from George there, reading the shooter the entire way through. A great shot blocker.
Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Then for the Thunder, Felicio comes in for George. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Powell dishes to Doncic. 6 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. The shot by Powell, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels. Unfortunately for the Mavericks, they've gotten pummeled on the glass recently. 27th in the league last year in rebounding, dead last the year before.
And it's Schroeder missing.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
Here's Barnes. Here's Powell. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Powell's got 7.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
And for the Mavericks, they play such a perimeter-oriented game that impacts their rebound totals.
Yeah, it's hard to chase down rebounds now when you're 25 feet away from the goal. Still, it's rare that your top rebounder averages only 6 boards a game, which is what Harrison Barnes did.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Nowitzki comes in for Porzingis. And it's Lee in for J.J. Barea. Then for the Thunder, Patterson comes in for Steven Adams. That's Felton in for Jeremy Grant. Abrinas kicks to Patterson. Tries again. That one, no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And let's see the leading three-point teams in the NBA. 5th, the Mavericks.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Thunder trailing by 12. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Felicio, the pass to Schroeder. Here's Patterson. The Thunder with another miss.
Early on, he tried to shoot his way out of this funk, but later in the game now, he might want to just give it up and look for his teammates to do the scoring.
Barnes looking around. Another shot, and the layup is up and in. Barnes has got 4 points now in the quarter.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Back to Patterson. Great communication on the alley-oop.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
He could have messed that up trying for a big slam. Nice work going to the layup.
Outside, Felton. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. To the middle. Here's Barnes. Got a piece of it. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Nice shot by Felton. Now, Doncic. He's got 8. Barnes outside. Knocks down the 3 ball. Barnes has got 14 points for the game.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Felton kicks to Felicio. Poke loose. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for Dallas.
You really got to like a lot of the things about the way this offense is flowing right now. Just a solid overall approach in terms of knocking down threes at a high clip and scoring in a variety of other ways.
Passes it to Lee. He dishes it to Doncic. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Adams, he's checked in for Felicio.
Steven Adams.
Now here's Barnes. He's got 14. Nowitzki outside. His 3-pointer is off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Abrinas kicks to Felton. Shot is good off the back rim and in. He has 6.
Oh, great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, he knew he had him beat, Greg. I mean, that was clear. Took advantage of the space he had and then calmly and quietly drained it from the mid-range. That's good basketball.
Thunder trailing by 11.
And Steven Adams came into this league at 19 already a physical specimen and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
Lee kicks to Barnes. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Steven Adams picks one up.
Determination is a valuable attribute, and Barnes plays with determination, committed to at least getting the foul on the way up. Nice job.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Mavericks.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
First free throw is good. And for Harrison Barnes, the scoring forward out of UNC, said he wants to model his game, Clark, after Paul Pierce.
Hey, that's not a bad guy to look to model your game after, boy. Paul Pierce knew how to get it done, and he wasn't overly athletic, but he knew how to play angles. He could get to his spots, and he was such a great mid-range shooter who developed into a consistent three-point threat as well. So I like that comparison or that aspiration for Harrison Barnes.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Felton kicks to Adams. Dishes to Schroeder. Looking to get it going. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
Thunder trailing by 9. 36 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And Adams kicks it over to Schroeder. With the shot. Again, Oklahoma City. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. They led by as many as 18 points. Lee against Schroeder. Lee with the ball. 8 points for him. 5 to shoot. Here's Barnes. Bucket is good. Barnes has got 11 here in this quarter alone. A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for Dallas. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Here's Harris. On the wings, it's Doncic and Barnes. Nowitzki is out there with measuring, and it's Harris in at the point guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And Doncic gets it to go.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Harris against Schroeder, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And Greg, certainly the knock on Dennis Schroeder is play on the defensive end.
Nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. If he wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league, he'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. J.J. Barea checked in for Harris. Schroeder hits them both. And so it's Barea with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They have a 9-point lead. And here is Doncic. The shot from the low post is good. Doncic has got 4 points this quarter.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Grant kicks to Felton. Inside. George against Barea. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And hate to make a mistake there. Have to stay focused.
Greg, I think they're just giving the game to him at this point. Can't make those kinds of errors.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Russell Westbrook in for Dennis Schroeder. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. To the paint. Barnes passes to Doncic. Nice open look, but it's no good.
No excuses, no explanations. I mean, got to sink that J from mid-range. Defense wasn't even paying attention to him. Come on, man.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignited.
Down low. Grant finds George. Got a piece of it.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Here's Doncic, and here's Barea outside. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. George has got 4 rebounds in this game. Second chance shot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. Porzingis, he's checked in for Dallas. Here's Westbrook, and it comes off the front of the rim. Dallas leading by 9. Floats one up, and it's Porzingis laying it in. Porzingis has got 21 in the game.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And though some were skeptical of the contract Harrison Barnes signed, he's lived up to it. Not an elite player yet, but is emerging on a franchise caliber level and continues to improve and is strong and consistent really on both ends of the floor.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He said, fellas, I know you're tired, but you can't coast now. You've got to go harder. This game is in sight. We got to power through and get it. Words from a champion. Back to you.
6 to shoot. And George gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And Greg, with Barnes, beyond what he does on the floor, he does everything right off the floor.
Yeah, I mean, this organization just loves his intangibles and demeanor as a leader. Incredible work ethic that allows him to keep refining his game. Still very young and is growing into the player this team hoped he'd be.
Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
And really, Doncic can score from any area. His arsenal is very impressive.
Pass to Westbrook. 4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Basket good. Westbrook's got 27.
Kevin, it certainly hasn't been for lack of effort, but still, his team needs him to do more out there.
Westbrook against Barea. And Adams sends it back. There's the pass to Doncic. Here's Barea. Here's Barnes. Wow, way off on that one.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. George has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That's his first foul. Alex Abrinas has checked in for Oklahoma City.
Alex Abrinas.
George, that's a 2-pointer. The Thunder with another miss.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
We're hearing more players and coaches express their political beliefs, their social concerns, trying to, in a positive way, affect change, Clark.
And Kevin, I applaud it, respect it, admire it, and can't get enough of it. As long as players and coaches are well informed about that, which they talk about, and most of the NBA guys are. And I think it's important that wherever we are in life that we use our platforms to express our views. That's part of what being a citizen of this country is about. So I don't think you necessarily compartmentalize your life. If there are issues that are dear to you, that you want to speak out on and educate yourself about, then you use your platform for that purpose while performing your job, which just happens to be playing NBA basketball or coaching NBA basketball.
Adams' shot is good.
Great effort, terrific instincts. That's just solid all-around play, Kevin.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. And that'll be his third foul so far. Barea against Westbrook. It's stolen by Adams.
He's lost his concentration in the second half, and we can see that in the turnovers piling up. Before the break, he had just one. Now he's got a bunch. Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Grant against Barea. With the floater, Cantor. Out to Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Barea, no good. Thunder trailing by 7. Pass to Grant. Here's Abrinas. That's tipped. Grant the pass to Abrinas. Fires for 3, and Russell Westbrook with the 3. Westbrook's got 32 points.
And you know what? He's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Porzingis finds Barnes. From about 19 feet, and right through it goes. Porzingis has got 12 points in just the second half. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. They trail by 6.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
I didn't think it was going to happen for them, quite honestly, but they finally turned it on, turned it up a little bit. Now they've got to come up with some stops. That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
Westbrook against Barea. Shot clock at 6.
Turnovers weren't a story for them early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum. And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Here's Abrinas to the inside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Luka Doncic. And Russell Westbrook. He is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation.
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fire, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Mavericks leading by 4. Barea kicks to Porzingis. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his 5th foul.
Well, one more and that's it. He'll be DQ'd, disqualified. He's got to be able to defend without picking up that last disqualifying foul.
And the Mavericks with possession here. They led by as many as 18 points. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. The shot from the low post is good. Doncic has got 8 points in the quarter.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Passes to George. Releases. It's rebounded by Dallas.
I tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Porzingis passes to Doncic. Kicks it to Barea. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut to just 3 points on the basket from Grant. Barea finds Porzingis. Doncic with it. He's covered by Grant. Barea, no good.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
And it's Westbrook missing.
You know, I'd have been very impressed if he had got that one to go. Tough D.
Barnes passes to Barea. Porzingis against Grant. Porzingis inside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And, you know, Porzingis plays with such fearlessness. I love that about him. And he's also a big guy with some agility and endless range. This guy has in the gym range, if anybody has that.
That free throw missing. That one misses.
You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
Here's Westbrook, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Yeah, he's really calm in these situations. Simply takes his time in tight spots. You got to be patient, and he is playing to his strengths.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And it's tied up with that one. Dallas has gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Barea kicks to Barnes, and George gets the whistle that time. That's it for him. He's fouled out. Now we'll go to the line for 2.
And that is a huge call. That is not who they wanted to see headed to the bench with the outcome still in question. And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
That's good from Barnes.
And you got to appreciate the overall game of Barnes. He's efficient as a scorer and also works hard at the defensive end.
Barnes hits them both.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Here's Abrinas. Schroeder outside, and there's the defensive 3-second call.
One shot.
And so he hits the technical free throw. And so here is Oklahoma City. It's a 1-point game. Westbrook against Barea. Clock at 4. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Mavericks shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Penalty situation.
Okay.
That's good from Barnes. Barnes hits them both.
He's really the guy you want on the stripe in that situation. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's clutch.
Thunder trailing by 3. Schroeder kicks to Grant. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Schroeder. And Cantor pulls it down. And it's Barnes with the ball for Dallas. They led by as many as 18 points.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
Barea against Westbrook. He kicks to Schroeder. To the paint. It's deflected. Barnes outside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Westbrook, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Luwawu's checked in. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And there's the feed to Schroeder. Doncic with the steal. Barea against Schroeder. Barnes left side. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And here now the Thunder. Thunder trailing by 6.
Not completely over, but it's getting close.
Yeah, this one is ready to be put on ice. Not a whole lot they can do from here.
And nothing fancy, really, about that play. That's just good old-fashioned, hard-nosed basketball to get that one.
It's stolen by Schroeder. One-on-one here. Aprinas, the pass to Grant. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Luwawu. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 6. 40 seconds left in the fourth. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
Here's Aprinas. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
J.J. Barea has speed to burn. I mean, he's shifty, he's quick, and because of that, he's extremely valuable as a decision maker and scorer. Great competitor.
And the Thunder making a change here. Diallo's checked in. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And with the time remaining, I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah, it would take a miracle for them to come back, in my mind, like Tracy McGrady against the Spurs type of heroics. A lot of points in a little bit of time.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 7. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Schroeder. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Yes! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Penalty situation. 2 shots.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Pass to Grant. Here's Aprinas. And a miss there on the triple. Now Barea. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. KP, balanced offensive effort tonight. What did you like about how you played?
I think we played as a team. We shared the ball, and it was a team effort today. And everybody was involved. Everybody was playing good offensively, and that's why we were able to come up with a win.
Really looking good at both ends tonight, Kristaps. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.